A little warning on the clap. Do we need to redo the clap? Because it's something I excel at.
We
but just
talked
not
about
in that
this last
moment. I know.
episode. You excelling at the clap is a bad thing. That's called an STD. Why do we keep repeating jokes? Because no one listens to the show. That's why.
It's the Jack
And Kathy,
Show.
shit show.
and there we go.
Yeah, how was that?
Okay,
Did you like
I
that
think
one?
I think it. Yeah.
Okay. I have something in my eye.
Do you have a sty in your eye from a guy who drinks rye? And you
No.
don't know why? You love that camera. Okay, can you come back to the podcast, please? I swear to God, you should have your own show. You really should. You should
It'll
have.
just be me picking shit out of my teeth. That's it. Just watch Kathy pick shit out of her teeth.
Happy Wednesday.
Any keen one in my teeth?
God, babe, can I ask you a question?
But
Would it be? I know. You know what? The whole podcast is about things that annoy us. We listen and we don't judge. I've got some stuff to talk about.
how could you possibly have anything to talk about?
Oh, goodness sakes. There's a ton.
A ton?
Yeah, a lot. We're going to be here for a long
You
time.
married me. There can't be that much.
Just because I married married
Married me.
Just because I married
See, you're
you.
stumbling now. You're
Because
having
I
a
married
hard-
you, I
you're gonna
still
have a hard-
understand your habits and your flaws and your peculiarities.
I can't think of one with you.
Oh, aren't I perfect? Would you stop looking at the camera? Honest to God. That's number 4 on the list. It's a podcast. Means people listen.
No, we're big on YouTube.
We actually are not doing bad on YouTube for sure. So
You showed me some stats that we are number 4 in podcasts based on, life after divorce.
yeah, Life After Divorce, we're ranked number 4. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Woohoo!
And it's so funny
That's
because
kind
you
of
asked
fun.
me, do you remember this whole discussion at all or not really?
I think so.
You,
I said, how many followers do they all have?
well, yeah, that's what you asked.
Yeah,
You said,
yeah.
oh, wow, how many followers do they all have? And I went, well, one has 1.2 million. The other has like 800,000.
So we're number 4 by
We're
default.
number. Oh, God.
Because there is no
Down in the
5,
cold.
6, 7.
No,
There's only 4 podcasts.
Believe it or not, there were hundreds, and we were the 4th
Really?
one. And it's funny though, if you look at 1, 2, 3, then 4. So 1 is published once a month. So it lists the frequency of publication, and
Oh,
they've gotten a
once a
million.
month.
That's it. Just one show a month.
Wow.
Then another one was every week, and they had 800,000 followers and all this shit.
Uh-huh.
Number 3 was once a week, or every other week, I think it was. And they had hundreds of thousands. And then it gets to us. Weekly, 100 followers. 100, not 1,000.
We are the little engine that could.
But for some reason, it's a staff-based thing. So then the next one down had hundreds of thousands. And so this is a company called
staff-based thing? What
It's
do
a
you
company
mean?
called FeedSpot. And
Okay.
so they go out and listen to stuff. So we must register in some way, because the one thing in common is that all of these podcasts, they're in
Yeah.
the top 10 at least, have a minimum of 100 episodes or something like that.
Got it.
So
Okay.
I have to. Am I making any sense with this? I feel like I just floated off, laughing in my head about
No,
how
I
bad
think-
we are. Okay. I honestly, God, just lost my own sense of self talking to you.
You mean your train of thought?
Yeah, because
You
I was
lost your
laughing
train
so
of thought?
hard because I could visualize all of these 100,000, million, 100,000, 100.
They forgot a 0.
So am I floating off reminded me of when I did a gig. I can't believe I'm going to tell you this. I did this gig where I thought it was kind of funny that I'm singing my song and the band had done some really cool stuff behind me, and I just stopped singing in the middle of a lyric. And the guys
you
all
forgot
looked at
the
me.
words.
No, I just thought what they were doing was so cool. And so we're at this gig. I stopped singing. The lead guitar player, fiddle player, Jeff, goes, dude, what did you just do? We were that kind of band, right?
Yeah.
We didn't mind interrupting our own show. And I went, I don't know. He just did a drum fill he's never done before in rehearsal. And it was really cool. And I like forgot that I'm singing and that we're in the middle of a gig.
Yeah.
And so John goes, sorry about that. Won't do it again. Because he's not at a mic.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
it just made me think of this moment with you that I was,
That's funny.
yes, we are ranked 4th
Okay.
in podcasts for dating over 50 or life after 50 and dating and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Life
Okay.
after 50, dating in Milwaukee on a Wednesday. That's what we're 4th.
Lots of competition in that category.
Lots of. Hey,
Lots
I
of.
got a thing to say to you. I'm really proud of us.
Do tell. What?
You never stop adulting, even when you're an adult.
I'd say that's true. Yeah.
You never stop adulting. You should never stop growing. And I say it because we just got off the phone with our insurance agent.
Yes.
Oh, you make it sound like it was
He
you-
made it. Well, talking insurance is.
health insurance.
Yes, we needed new health insurance. And so, yeah, we connected with this agent. And it is, as I said to him on the phone, it's in the category of figuring out which cell phone provider is the best plan for you and your needs. And it's just, I feel like each time that I'm sort of talking to the wizard and behind the curtain is really all the information, but
Yeah.
I'm just getting like, like, what am I missing? What
Yeah.
is it what question am I not asking? But we had a pretty good
Yeah.
phone call, spent at least an hour on the phone with them. And this was the 3rd or 4th or 5th
Iteration.
exchange and information. And so we decided on a new healthcare plan and wrapped our brains around all that. And that feels good to check that box.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that just sucks doing. And
Yeah, that's why I was saying being an adult never stops.
yeah. Ugh.
Right? You wish we get to a place where you don't have to think about those kinds of
Yeah.
things. The good news is Chris is awesome, referred to us by Emily, who's helps us with financial planning. Chris is an insurance expert. It's no different than hiring a real estate agent or a tech person like myself or yourself.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
we know things because we've lived in industry.
Yeah.
The benefit of having someone like Chris is awesome.
I liked him. He's
yeah.
a good guy. Yeah.
Truly explained everything. And I was, for the 7 listeners that we have and the 100 followers that we have on social media, I was telling you before we came down here how much I enjoy being married to you and being an adult with you. And, it was really funny. I thought it was funny because Chris was saying things like, all right, we're going to put everything under Kathy's name, which you thought had some anti-misogyny tendencies or some social message that he was sending. It was only because you're younger than me. And
I
when
didn't think that.
No, it was just cute. And then we get through Medicare, or when I get to Medicare first, because I'll get there before you, that it makes it easier
Because I'm a
for
little
us.
bit younger
Right?
than you.
And it makes everything easier for us. And I thought,
Like 4 months.
correct, we got it. You're younger and better looking,
Yeah.
nicer. Where do you?
Those 4 months really show too. They really do. Everybody's like, oh my God, she's like clearly 4 months younger than he is. I mean, look at her. Yeah, you were saying
I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
that was my goal.
Yeah,
No,
really?
just kidding. No, you were
Is that
saying
on your
how
list?
you were saying how you love being married to me. Now go.
I was saying I love being married to you, and then when he said this will benefit the two of you for Medicare, and if you set up these other accounts, when you get to Medicare, it'll help actually pay your Medicare premium, right? When he was talking about all the things we could do financially, and I sat back and went, how cool is it that this is going to be the woman I'm celebrating Medicare with? I know it sounds so stupid, that we have people planning for us, setting stuff up for us. Right? You know what I'm getting at? Am
Yeah.
I making any sense?
Yeah.
I was proud to be married to you. That's all. Made me excited.
Well, thank you. And
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate you as a partner. We just got married in October and this is January. And so we are continuing to meld those really real adult things together, right?
Yeah. It feels like it's taken a while, but yes.
Well, I mean, we just got married, so we're going to be this year filing jointly for the first time.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's just like kind of marks a real,
Yeah, we're
like
real,
those
babe.
real adult things,
Yeah.
And
That's why the sex has fallen off, because we're married now.
That's right. That's right. It's been like 3 days. So sorry. You poor, poor man having to suffer 3 whole days. But no, I wanted to. You bring something up about where we are in this relationship and our partnership, and you are an excellent partner. You pay attention to those things and you think about those things for me. And I hope you feel it from me as well, but I really recognize how you take care of me and how you take care of us. And I appreciate that. I in many ways live very independently in my previous relationships.
Yeah.
And in not all things, but was just not always included as a partner.
Yeah.
In just even simple conversations about
Yeah.
the mortgage loan or
Yeah.
the healthcare or whatever.
Yeah.
It just was,
Yeah.
And you're a true partner, and you include and share and think about those things. So
Word.
that's huge.
Word.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love being your partner. It's fascinating to me. It's fun.
Thank you.
We're gonna grow old and die together.
We is.
Yep.
Yep.
I had another topic and I lost myself in all of your words just now. I had something else I wanted to share with you.
A banter topic?
It was a banter topic related. Oh, we did also have some like good moments today at the club. We were talking at the club, and I said to you, "This is a podcast," and you're like, "Shut up."
Yes. Well, give the backstory to that, because this.
Do you mind telling the backstory? Because
I'll tell my perspective, and you'll
I
have.
tend to tell too much story of a back.
I
story.
will have about 50 words to the story,
That's
and
what I'm
you'll
saying.
have 2,000
I would
words to the story.
prefer. Okay, so that's on the list too. That I talk too much. Okay.
I will paint a story with a mere 3 colors, because I think that everybody wants me to cut to the chase, and you pull out every palette, every color and you.
Did you ever watch Bob Ross?
You paint
Yeah, I give the picture.
more entertaining picture than I do.
Lengthy and annoying. So you tell the whole story.
So my wonderful Jack is at a crossroads with work and the future, and you have a great job in some levels, and wondering what's next for yourself, right? And that, to be sure, brings some anxiety and some angst, and that comes out. You can sometimes, like we all can, have a defeated
Oh, you're taking a long
disposition.
time to land this plane, by the way, but go ahead.
Yeah, I'm adding more colors to it. So last night you had something with work that just kind of punched you in the gut, right?
Yeah.
And you were feeling really, really low, and there were negative things coming out of your mouth. And I literally put my arm around you and was like, "Babe, we got this. It's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it." My words of encouragement. And they just, as I describe, it's like throwing them at the wall and they just like slide down. Kind of like my axe when I went to the axe throwing. I threw my axe at the wall.
Yeah. And it
makes a
just
loud noise, but
doesn't
then
hit
it just
anything.
goes thunk
Yep.
down to the ground.
Yep.
And that's kind of what my words of encouragement were, the effect it was having, which is essentially no effect. And then fast forward, we got a workout in today, and I meet you on the second floor to grab a cup of coffee at the club. And I sit down, and your whole demeanor and disposition was different. And you consciously chose to conscientiously chose
Intentionally.
what? Intentionally chose to have a different mindset to this work issue.
Yeah.
And you sent an email to work and approached it with more of a positive and actually got positive feedback back.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess what I said to you then, the question that it prompted in me was, how did I word it this morning? I said something like, what was it that happened that made you shift from this defeated mindset to this positive mindset?
Yeah.
And the reason I was asking was because I want to know, as your partner, how do I need to show up? Like I was doing my interview with you to find out how I need to show up. Does positive Kathy need to show up? And you pointed out that one of the things that helps is more of showing up with a sense of humor to snap you out of that bad mood. Mm-hmm. And that you also appreciate it when I, for lack of a better phrase, sort of bitch slap you instead of coddling and putting my arm around you and, heaven forbid, getting a tear in my own eye of it's gonna be okay, babe.
Yeah, that never works.
Yeah, that doesn't work. That almost shuts you down in a way. You know,
I don't need sympathy.
Yes.
Right.
In fact, you find that annoying.
It's insulting to me.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If you
and that you
me
prefer that
honey, it's okay. Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. And that was really an insightful thing for me because I have done that before, but I think with this exchange, it's almost solidifying that that's the best way to support you, is to be like, Jack, you fucking got this. Stop with the negative talk.
Yeah, you're right.
Here are the things that are A, B, C, D, and X, Y, and Z that you have going for you. And this is not the man that I know you to be.
You're crying right now. What the fuck is going on?
I have very active tear ducts, okay? Don't use it against me.
So what works, I feel there's some history to understand here. Is that little boy in me found success by going fuck everybody else and getting kind of intense.
Yeah.
So as an adult, I've learned sometimes, or at least more recently, especially, to manage that. So coaches I thrived under were not ones that said, "Hey, man, it's okay." It was truly that would come after, "Hey, knock the shit off. Let's go."
Yeah.
Right, and then it would almost like right, shake my head clear.
You're so good at that.
Right, I know. Useless noises I make.
It entertains me, so it's not so useless.
But then afterward, coaches would come up to me and go, "All right, look, let's talk about what happened." And then my brain could click in. But when I'm in that processing mode of trying to go unscramble, the last thing I need is, "It's okay. You got this." Because it doesn't feel...
Let's be clear, I don't sound exactly...
This is exactly how Kathy sounds, for the record. I'm looking at the camera.
This.
She comes up to me, she's like, "Baby, it's okay. I love you so much." That's exactly how you talk.
Okay.
I wanted you to tell the story. What else did you take from that whole discussion today?
Why don't you make the point, because I'm not thinking of it right now.
Oh, I asked you then afterward. This is going to be really fucking annoying to any of the people that follow our podcast or listen, because it's just going to be, "Oh, aren't you guys perfect? Aren't you getting along?"
I would like to say that we are still, I think it represents how we're still learning to communicate.
Yeah.
I mean, you are a relatively new partner to me, 3.5 years in, right? And now we're hitched.
Yeah.
And we don't stop learning, not just about myself and how I react to other people, but how I want to learn how to show up for this particular human. And that, I think, is part of the partnership, that we're trying to be different in this partnership than we have in any previous partnership.
Right.
So I think it's very poignant. It's not we're so perfect, because we have not gotten that right plenty of times.
Yeah. My point in telling you is that I said to you when we were chatting this up at the club, I went, "Look how fucking far we're coming. Like, we're getting even better." Every time you think we're not better, because I asked you the question, how does it feel to ask me how you should respond to stuff, right? Because it's that give and take. If you ever listen to stuff from the Gottmans,
Yeah.
they'll talk about they'll role play stuff. And so it's not only you're saying something to me and asking me, because what I thought was brilliant is you asked a question. That's how we learn about our partners, right? You have to ask questions. How do you want me to respond in those moments what you asked me? And then when it was done and I told you, I said, how did it feel hearing that? Right? And then I said, how did it feel actually knowing what you can do now? And how does that feel for you? Right? Is that corny to say all that shit?
No, it was very enlightening, actually, and I appreciate that. I must admit that when you are feeling low and you are feeling negative, it is really hard because I lean on you so much.
Yeah, I know.
And I don't want to, I mean, you're not responsible for my happiness, right? Yes, you are. And so get
Fix
it together.
it.
Okay. But yeah, you're not responsible for my happiness, but you are such a powerful force in this relationship. And I know I am too. Okay.
You're huge for me. I've told you that.
But when you are up and when you are coming from an empowered place and you are feeling confident and you are feeling smart and just positive and everything, you are literally unstoppable. And you are also like you're a magnet. Like people are like, ooh. I mean, how many, you've been told a couple of times, I'm not just.
No, I get it. I get it.
I know
You
it
look
sounds like
really
I'm just
hot right now, by the way.
Oh, you're sweet.
Yeah, that legs.
Thank you, honey. It's happened like what, twice in the last 2 days where someone has said to you, damn, Jack, when you are on, we got to align with you. I want to know you more. I want to know you better. I want to work with you. I want to have another meeting with you. I want to, wow, you know?
And for me, the big takeaway is that, again, I think it's funny that some people may listen and go, oh, aren't you perfect? We're not. And the purpose of this podcast is to tell our story and whatever someone, we're not here to say, we recommend couples do X. That's not our jam, right? Our goal with the podcast is to share our experiences and our stories. And if you can glean something from it, great. If you can sit down with your partner and say, hey, watch these two talk this shit through. What I need as a partner, you ask the question, how do you need me to show up? Now, if that's some sort of foofy or, oh, isn't it cute? Then we're not the podcast for you. And go figure your life out. I love the fact that I got to be down sometimes because I'm a human being. I got to be worried about the future because I'm a human being. And now you are even more equipped to go, hey, dude, let's fucking go. Come on. And you know that that's going to be received a certain way as opposed to guessing. Yeah. And guessing's a waste of time. Yeah. So that's why I asked, how did it feel to know what you're going to have to do? And it's not all together comfortable for you to lean into that. The analogy I gave is something we talked about a couple podcasts ago, is when you and I played basketball. We've played on one-on-one before, and you're not aggressive at all. You're very tentative. Then we played 3-on-3, and you shoved me under the boards. Literally shoved me under the boards. And it showed me that there's that side of you. That side I need sometimes. So I'm glad you asked the question, is my point. That was it. No more than that. So I'm glad we're making progress as a couple. We keep getting better, and it's fucking unreal to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we don't have a perfect life. We're not retired. We don't have billions of dollars in the bank.
What are we going to do with the podcast once we are perfect and we have it all figured out?
Babe, what I'd like to know is, when are we going to get people to advertise on the podcast so we can be closer to having it all figured out? Because sure as shit, that would help. Babe, you want $1 million a year for advertising? Done. Like, come on.
We just...
million followers... 800,000 followers, 100 followers.
They might need us to have 150 followers.
I'm telling you, if anyone listens to this, I would really appreciate if they actually pushed it more with their friends. I'm not shitting you. Here's my self-promo shit. We tell good stories with one another. I think this is entertaining. I do feel that it's a higher quality production than some other shit that's out there. And so I wish more people listen to it. Or maybe we're just idiots, which I'm fine with
I
too.
think we just keep continuing to show up authentically, and by the way, you do a great job marketing, and although the posts that you do and social media things that you do a really good job with it. And I'm glad to hear it, because it certainly wouldn't happen if you didn't.
I love doing this with you. So thank you for asking the question.
Yeah, just keep showing up authentically, and first and foremost, this is for us.
You're right.
Yeah.
So for us then, we happened to stumble across a Kira Sedgwick and Kevin Bacon post.
Yeah, the actors.
The actors.
They're very cute.
So
they've been married a long time.
Long time.
Do you know how long?
I don't know.
Okay.
We can't look it up because we don't have our phones. We should get like an iPad so we can control all. I'll do that next.
Okay.
All right. So we 2 years ago did a podcast based upon an Abby Wambach conversation that she had with her partner Glennon Doyle, where they talked about things that annoyed each other, right?
Yeah.
And it just escalated into, it wasn't bad, no fights. It's impossible to be in a relationship and not have some things that make you go, grr.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So Kira Sedgwick and Kevin Bacon had something where they sang a song, because they sing songs together on their Instagram posts.
Oh, they do. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, all the time.
Kieran, I thought you were talking about Abby.
Abby, no.
Okay.
Kira and Kevin.
Yeah.
And they had one that went, I listen and I don't judge.
Yeah.
So they sang this little ditty.
Yeah, Kevin's playing a little guitar riff, and then they both sing in harmony. I listen and I don't judge.
Right.
And then one of them goes and says,
You did this.
when you're away from home, Kevin says this, Kira, when you're out of the house, I just walk around slamming all the doors and the drawers that you left open and yelling at you out loud in an empty room because you don't close everything.
Yeah.
And
then you can't judge. So she starts to make a reaction. He goes, no judging.
Okay. I'm going to need to judge, though. Can I judge?
No judging.
We listen and we judge.
No. So we thought it'd be funny.
We totally judge.
No judging. No
Don't
judging.
judge
I'm going to get my guitar. So when we come back, I'll have my guitar.
Okay.
We'll come up with a little singy ditty thing that's a little bit different than that, but we'll say the words, we listen and we don't judge.
Okay.
And I wonder if they took that from some like children's, it sounds like a children's theme, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Excuse me. So when we get back, we will listen without judging to the things that bother us about one another.
I'll have to think of some that bother you.
Whatever. I have a feeling your list is going to go on. Once you start, it's going to be a snowball. You know it.
This will be fun.
It will it. Okay, when we return, 1 second.
right.
We'll be right back. Hey, it's Jack from the Jack and Kathy Shit Show.
And I'm Kathy. If you've ever wondered how Jack and I stay connected,
It's definitely not my cooking.
correct. It's The Skin Deep. They're the ultimate resource for meaningful connection with products like the And card decks, interactive journals, and conversation starter kits for families, couples, and friends.
And don't forget their YouTube channel full of raw, honest conversations with real people. It's inspiring and a great reminder that we're all just trying to figure it out.
As fans of the Shit Show, commonly known as shitheads, you get something special. Go to theskindeep.com/shitshow and
Easy
use
for you to say.
Shit Show at checkout to get 15% off everything.
That's right, 15% off their incredible products just for you, our fellow shitheads. Whether you're deepening connections with your partner, your friends, or gearing up for that in-law dinner, they've got you covered.
So check out theskindeep.com/shitshow, use code SHITSHOW, and start talking it out. Who knows, you might even enjoy it.
The Skin Deep, making connection less awkward, one question at a time. Okay, we are back.
You have a little ditty already?
It's a little out of tune, isn't it?
I wouldn't know. Sounds good to me.
What do we want to sing? So the words are, we listen and we don't judge. Mm-hmm. So how do we want to do that?
I don't know. You're the musician.
You sing first. Just come up with something, because you've got a really good voice. Come up with something with this.
Seriously, come up with something for
you're good.
this.
Just sing. We listen and we don't judge. It sounds very like medieval, right?
No, it's right.
Right?
If you had like a ukulele or a mandolin.
I get my mandolin, and I have a ukulele on the wall over there. Oh, that lamb went racing to the farm. Racing, racing, racing. 'Cause the fox was chasing, the lamb was chasing the fox down the farm. That's what it sounds like, doesn't it?
What's happening right now?
Oh, a guitar in my hand is the worst thing.
Oh my goodness.
All right, just give me we listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge.
That's awesome. Do it again.
We listen and we don't
judge. You had it. I'm doing harmony.
We listen and we don't judge.
One more time.
We listen and we don't judge.
You go first.
Okay. So.
Oh boy, you're brewing one up.
Sometimes in the morning when I wake up, you have already been awake for an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, and you've accomplished great things, which is really envious. But the moment one of my eyes opens, I am flooded with your beautiful, wonderful energy of all the things that I need to do and that are going to be done and all the things that... And it's a lot.
Ready?
I don't know what the tune was.
We listen and we don't judge. I think you did that.
We listen and we don't judge. Okay.
Before I met you,
Here it comes.
in 55 years of life, I never, ever, ever lost a pair for my socks. And every time you do laundry, I go to put my socks away, and lo and behold, one is missing. And in fact, today, when I was putting away the laundry, I was like, I still don't know where that sock is. Drives me crazy.
I have so much to say.
You can't judge. We listen and we don't judge. Ready? We listen and we don't judge. I am loving this. I have so many.
So, Jack Honar, you have more. You know you have multiple personalities. Do you know you have this disorder?
What?
There's one personality that's sitting right now in this chair with this guitar, and there's another one that shows up when we do house projects. You are a completely different person.
I am laughing at myself, which means I can handle it.
And I love you so
Well, you have to give more detail.
much. You are, you're very focused on the task. You tend not to like my questions because you think that they're like some sort of, double meaning when I'm just trying to understand what's going on. You are short. And you often say no right away to my ideas. No, that can't work. And then down the road, you'll discover, well, maybe she has a point, or maybe that could work, or maybe, but you're very quick to go, no. You just are very, and it's not as fluffy and fun. Jack is around. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Something tells me this is going to come back and haunt me.
No. Mine are, just kinder. No judging. We listen and we don't judge.
Yes.
Every time we go on the podcast, we start the first 2 minutes of you adjusting your face, your teeth, your hair. Mm-hmm. Perhaps, maybe, we go to a mirror, I don't know, before the podcast, so we can get started right away.
So you don't like being my mirror while the camera's rolling?
No judging, just making statements.
I don't have any others.
Yeah, you do. You have
Can I
to.
say them?
What do you mean? You're free to say anything. Ready?
They're indecent.
There are no Well, no judging. Ready?
Okay.
We listen and we don't judge.
So, my wonderful husband has a habit of
God.
dropping his pants. All the time. It could be in aisle 7 of Target. And I'm distracted looking at something on the shelf, and there I look down the aisle, and there are Jack's bare white butt cheeks on security cameras of aisle 7 in Target. Or we're at home.
Oh, you don't have to go there. I know where that's going. Let's move on.
Just say I sometimes have to wash the counters afterwards. Yep.
Ready?
Okay.
We listen and we don't judge. If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could find a way to use the key drawer, because every family has a key drawer, and we have a key drawer. And yet we find ourselves not being able to find our key fob for the club or our keys often. Boy, you don't like this game at all. You got another one? Here we go.
Nope.
You have at least one more. Ready? I have a feeling it's going to unload.
No, do I have any more?
Do you have another one?
Yeah, one more.
Okay. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
We listen and we don't judge.
We were in the same key for that one.
That was pretty cute.
So, you have a habit of when you're there are clothes you're purging from your closet. For some reason, they don't move for a really long time. Like they stay like on the floor on top of my scarf pile for some reason. Like, I'm like, what's that
That's
pile?
so
Oh, that's stuff I'm getting rid of. I'm like, it's been there since April. Maybe I'll do something with it. Okay.
Those are good ones.
And I'm sure you've run out of anything to say.
Nope. I can fill the whole hour. Ready? We listen and we don't judge.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Do it again. We listen and we don't judge. That reminds me of that song I came up with for my kids. Oh, no, you
Oh,
you
the
don't know
Inappropriate Father?
No, it was this one. It's a song I came up for my kids. Just made me think of it. It's a morning of goodness. Did I ever tell you
Your
that story?
jingle?
Yeah. I came up with a song called It's a Morning of Goodness because the kids were eating. Sure, my ex was not around and I gave them Pop-Tarts or something. And they were all happy. I'm like, oh my God, let's sing a song. It's a morning of goodness. It's a whole Pop-Tart commercial. And I made them eat. It was a 4-part harmony. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's go back to We Listen and We Don't Judge. We listen and we don't judge.
I don't know.
Okay.
I keep falling into Kira and Kevin's little tune.
So,
because it's in my head.
So oftentimes,
Sorry we stole that.
Yeah. No, I think it's honoring
Yeah.
them. oftentimes, probably more often than not, when we go to watch a movie, you spend a lot of time on your phone. And it makes me want to go, are you watching this? And I go, I am. And then I'll say, did you hear that they just said this? And you go, rewind it. And that annoys me. But I'm not judging. There's no judgment. I'm just saying. Do you have any
what's
more?
one of the benefits of that? What am I often looking
there's
up?
no judging. There's no rationalizing or judging. It's how I feel. Nope.
I'm about to implode.
Do you have any more?
I don't.
You don't?
I don't.
I thought that was a cute little exercise.
That
Do
was
you?
cute. That was cute.
I love it. I love that we have things. I have more if anyone wants to know what they are.
So you're
just
gonna-
DM me.
And to be sure, you're going to fix all those things, right?
About you? Impossible. Didn't see that one coming. All right. We are proudly partnered and affiliated with The Skin Deep, of which we have some boxes here.
Yes.
And we'd like to end every one of our episodes reading about The Skin Deep. Last week, the episode, you talked about your sexual history, and that made us all very uncomfortable, and it led to a lot of fights at home.
Nobody cared, right?
So now, what box are we pulling from today? We have
This
4 of
is the amusing edition. I thought we've been giggling and laughing, so let's keep up that theme.
That works.
So,
Okay, so I got my card, and I need my glasses. This is not funny. I want a different card.
okay.
Can I have a different one?
Yes, you
I
can have a
want
different
something that's a little more. I'm going to take a few and pick one I like. How's that? I want to take a few and pick one. I want to pick one I like.
one. But it's supposed to be random.
Oh, I know, but I'm randomly picking one. Okay, here we go.
I'm
okay.
randomly picking one.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, here's my question for you. Do your best impression of my laugh.
Oh, that's hard.
That is. My laugh isn't very distinct.
It isn't. It's very common. I
Yeah.
can't do it.
Okay. I'll
You don't
pick
have a
another one.
cackle.
I don't.
Like you don't have a you don't have one of those things or you just have a very normal laugh, right?
Okay.
Is that it? That's the question. We're not going to
That
get
was the
another one?
question.
We're not going to do another one?
I'm going to do another one.
Okay.
What does the way I move say about me?
Sex.
To you, maybe.
Always.
That's it? That's all you're going to say?
I don't have anything
What
other than
does
that. When I
what
see
does
you
the
move,
way I move say about me?
okay, you want a serious answer.
I
Got
don't
it.
know.
We listen and we don't. So you want a serious answer. You definitely stand with your shoulders back. I never see you hunched over. The way you move screams confidence and elegance and definitely sexiness for sure.
Oh, I found my right person. You're the best.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
anyone else that meets you would say something differently than that.
Hunched over, slouchy.
Not at all. Yeah, the way you, even the way you sit, just exudes confidence and stability and strength. And
Thanks, babe.
yeah, for sure. The way you
Thanks.
move is awesome. The way you dance, however, that's a whole different topic. Because that's what we call Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld.
Come on.
You're not quite
that
that
bad.
You're not quite that bad.
I have a little bit of rhythm.
You do. And you've got a great enthusiasm.
That's like telling somebody great personality.
You're very enthusiastic when you dance, which is
Okay.
fun. All right. You ready for this one? My turn?
Yep.
If you had to call me by another name, what would it be and why? Don't say asshole. Jagload.
Idris.
Oh, come on. That's so mean.
It isn't.
It
Because
is.
I think a lot of him.
Right. Do you think a lot of him?
I don't
Or do you
think
think
of
of
him
him
a
a lot?
If I had to call you by another name, this is so boring because I love your name. I love your name, Jack.
Do you really?
Yeah. Yes.
Would you want to call me Jack Riley, though?
Yes. Yes, because we've established that that's a good name. If you took my last name,
It would
Jack
be
Riley.
kick-ass.
Yes.
No, what name would you call me by if you had another name?
I sometimes call you by your full name, your birth name, John Martin.
You do. Mm-hmm. But what would you like to call me?
Are you trying to get at if I want to call you a name?
I'm sure that's happened sometimes.
Oh, sure. I think I've done it to your face where I've been like,
You have.
okay, asshole.
You might have said that.
I might have said that.
You might
yeah.
have. Yeah.
But in terms of like, just, I
So
like
Idris
calling you
comes to
Jack.
mind.
And also, you told me that you like hearing me say your name.
Everybody does. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do too, for sure. Okay.
Okay,
So it's just going to stay
How
with
is it?
Jack. Just Jack.
just Jack.
Not going to
Just
change it.
Jack.
Just Jack. What's that from?
Isn't that the show?
Quiz time, quiz time, quiz time.
Oh, I can see the
quiz.
actors. 2 names?
Yes. Something and something. It's something that you do with a lawyer when you think you might die. You get something done.
I don't know. I can't think of it.
Well, it's something you do with a lawyer if you're about to make sure your kids get all the money and everything's taken care of.
You do. Oh, Will and Grace.
There you go. Nice. By the way, for everyone listening, we did this on our first date. We played clues, right?
Yes,
Didn't we?
with music. You do that all the time with music.
Like, who's this artist? And then I would start giving you clues and you'd nail it. We did this on our first date. So thank you to the Skin Deep folks. We love them.
Yeah.
You probably already heard the commercial, so clearly you know what we're all about. Thanks for listening to this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to end with a jingle?
Okay, Jack Honar. Okay, John Martin. Bring it.
I'm wearing my pants in Target and I'm pulling them down to my knees. Kathy doesn't know what she got into. It's all that I can do to please her. That's the dumbest thing.
Jack
On that
Honar,
note,
life with you will
it
never
is
be
a
dull.
blast. On that note,
Peace.
peace.
You just listened to another episode of the Jack and Kathy Shit Show. All recording, engineering, and production provided by us. Connect with the podcast on Instagram at Jack and Kathy Shit Show for more insight into our shit show of a life. This episode is proudly brought to you by Pint Productions. Point.